I never knew there was a big silent movie following in Comicsgate, and apparently there is.
Oh, it's a genre somebody hasn't tapped into yet, so Nasser's definitely a trailblazer here.
Yes. So Nasser, did you and Vic, this is to you too, did you take any hints from the old Hammer films? I know they did a lot of Dracula movies from the old Hammer movies.
No.
I did.
Do you even know what Hammer is, Nasser? I guess not. Crickets.
Okay.
I just don't like talking to you. I don't want to talk to Soy Rage.
Okay. So I don't talk to Nasser. He's getting offended. So
like they're all the worst people you could think of.
Yes, Nasser's villain list looks like the rogues gallery of the Flash. Yes.
Well, I think we have another one here. Is Testify somebody you like, or is this somebody who also annoys you?
Comicsgate.
No, I don't like Testify.
You don't like Testify either?
I miss you, buddy.
Yes.
What happened?
Testify, you're so stupid.
Nasser, you're so stupid. You're losing sales right now with every comment you make.
Yes.
Bro, you gotta get Testify off here. I don't like talking to this dude.
Okay, we'll shift to Testify if that's somebody who annoys you as well. It seems like a long list, so I'm just having trouble keeping track.
Do we have to go down the list of people who you will and will not be on now in Comicsgate? Because you got to be open to everybody. You know, look at, you were open to us, and we got you backers tonight, Nasser. There's no denying that.
So Nasser, why haven't you backed me up when I was backing you up?
Well, I did. I mentioned it in a video and put your link in the description, moron.
But you stop, moron.
Whoa!
Nasser,
back him up!
You don't know what's going on right now?
Oh my God.
Yes, there's a bit of a conspiracy going on in Comicsgate.
I'm talking to a bunch of retards is what's going on.
You're calling your customers retards?
Yeah, okay.
Testify, you're not my customer. You refunded me.
I have already backed. No, I haven't refunded you.
What?
What are you talking about?
Refunded me.
He did not.
What do you think of the new creators in Comicsgate, Nasser? Adam Post. Do you think like the talent is there that was there in the very beginning, or has it kind of waned a little bit?
Well, I don't know. I haven't read Adam's book.
Why haven't you read it?
How many people have you backed and actually read Nasser in Comicsgate?
It doesn't take long. There's like 4-inch margins between each thing.
You know, talking to a bunch of morons is not what I had in mind for this well-read.
Morons!
Listen to him. Listen to Nasser calling us morons, calling us retards.
Nah, like I'm good, you guys. Have a good night.
Well, okay. There goes Nasser.
Hello, everybody. And welcome to another episode of Comicsgate Dumping Grounds. I am here with my co-host, DA Talks.
Hey, I'm talking, and my initials are DA. How's everybody doing?
So we decided to start that off. People were asking me earlier this week after I posted a tweet telling a certain creator he shouldn't call his customers morons and retards, and people were wondering who it was. Well, it was Nasser. He was a guest on Well Read User One's stream this week to shill his book, and
what a great job he did.
I felt bad for Vic, which feels weird. No offense, Vic, but you know, Nasser just freaked out. He couldn't take it. He wasn't in control. He didn't like not being in control of it. And when he was confronted with people that he didn't like, just completely and totally freaked out. Vic stuck around for the rest of that stream, though.
Yeah, and like, I wish all the best for their campaign. Because you know, Vic seems like he's trying.
He's out there. He's trying to hustle it. You know, he's trying to overcome the Nasser odds and hustle that book. It's not my thing, the book itself, but I want the campaign to do well.
Yeah, of course.
Them. You know, it's already funded. I think it's almost at $3,000 dollars. But calling your backers morons and retards isn't the way
Even
to get
if Testify's there and he's technically right.
exactly.
No, I'm joking. Love you,
Yeah.
Testify.
Yes, and I did see that Vic was on stream with them and they sold more books for him. So
That's awesome.
with Testify and all of them. So that was good. But it was an interesting way to to start the show. I thought maybe I think someone in the chat was saying they were bored, but well.
Oh,
Oh
well,
well.
I don't like morons and retards like that person who said that.
Don't talk about my subscribers that way, Dean.
No, screw you, subscribers.
All right. And to start off this evening as well, we received, Dean and I, because it's addressed to both of us. We received an email that I'm going to go ahead and read. So here we go. Dear Vickyverse and DA Talks, I've been a fan of your show for a while now and wanted to ask if I could come onto your platform to do a live performance. My name is Knox Cersei Jr., and I represent the YouTube division of the North American Association of Spurgified Poetry, which is a bit of a mouthful. I have been greatly inspired by the tales of many sufferers of autism within the movements you have covered, and just recently saw something that I would love to perform for your audience. The piece is entitled Seasons of Giving and was originally written and performed by a Miss Abby Ann and released via video from a Mr. Anthony Romano, both of the media company Dark Gift Comics. Thank you for your time, and I hope to join both of you on stream to present my performance of the piece. Knox Cersei Jr., Communications Director, YouTube Division, North American Association of Spurgified Poetry. So we went ahead and accepted the proposal, and later on in the stream, we will be having said performance.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. It sounds interesting. I don't have much more detail than that, but what the heck? We can all be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ready for the next one?
Yeah, I am. Ready when you are.
Okay. All right.
Really, I wanted to practice ethical business. That was important to me. I wanted to make things different and better for people. I believed that there were other people that thought the same thing of me, and I am now there's no mistaking that this is not the case. I am continuing to move forward with the principles of Conquest Comics. With what I do, I will continue to produce the best books I can and continue to chase after my dreams. If you are another creator, I would strongly advise you to be very careful with the honesty that you present to people. Being forthright. I've done so, and I believe that is how we should conduct ourselves and look out for your customers. They're not pay pigs. I'm trying to leave the world a better place. I'm trying to leave this industry a better place. They're not pay pigs. They're not pay pigs.
I love it. I fucking love it. Yeah.
That was the most amazing thing to me. When I saw the tweet, which was very quickly deleted. I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing your screen. And I don't even remember who shared it with me at this point anymore. Did you?
Yeah.
Was it you? There were so many people threw it at me though.
We were literally on the phone, Vicky. Yes, we were. I said, "Oh, hey, did you see this? Oh, what are you talking about?"
Oh, yeah. Anyway, Odie is sick and I can't get him health care. Please help by backing Xenotype if you've not already. Every purchase or referral helps. Which, sounds grifty. And then when Odie followed it up with his, I don't know what the hell you're talking about because the government pays my health care. I almost lost my mind.
Yeah. I think, like I pointed out on the trash compactor, I think what's most sad is that Odie is so sick, he doesn't even know it. And that's just really a tragedy.
It is. It is extremely tragic. Extremely. So who makes shit like that up? Oh, well, Comicsgate, apparently. Oh, wait. Liam is no longer Comicsgate, even though he has stated that he's going to still be practicing ethical capitalism.
And
Because
nobody else is into ethical capitalism.
no,
Nope.
nobody. But it sounds to me like he's been talking too much to Tug in his DMs, because that is just so incredibly that umbrella guy.
I mean, it is a Tug move, but you know, it's like he didn't even run it by Odie. You know, like forget the fact that it's a lie and a grift. He should maybe tell Odie that he's going to like run with this.
I don't think Odie would have gone along with it though.
Yeah, well then maybe you know, I mean obviously there's the moral just don't do it, but then like maybe don't do it when you don't tell the person or if they're not going to go along, like
Yeah.
that part's just like the smart side of things, like
Well, I find the whole Odie Liam thing to be kind of weird anyway, but you know, I was looking at Media Bang at the 4, count them, 4 graphic novels that he put out before he met Liam. 2 of them were the Shonen Jump award winners, right? 2 out of his 4. And I think what Odie should do, if he's not still under contract to Liam, which Liam acts like he is because Liam, approves the commissions that Odie will take, apparently, is he should just go ahead and crowdfund those books. The art is probably even better than what he's been pumping out for Liam, because I think Liam is stunting his growth. And they're already done. All he's got to do is take in the money, have them printed up, find somebody in the States who will run the campaign for him, for a fee, and, do fulfillment, and then just rake in the cash. Because that's 4 really good-looking books that he could make some good money off of.
yeah.
Instead of having to, rely on Liam to pay his healthcare costs.
Yeah. Well, I just don't even really see what Liam brings to the table as far as that goes, like their whole partnership.
I don't know either.
He can't draw. He can't write.
He broke his hand.
He couldn't even give the guy health care.
I know. He broke his hand for him and he still didn't get health care.
What a fucking asshole.
What a shame, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, enough with Liam. I don't want to make this like a Liam show.
Yeah.
So that is all we have of Liam tonight.
That's just all we have in general. Good night, everybody.
That's it. Sorry, it's all over now. We're going to try to just fill the dead air with with nonsense for the next, I don't know, 45 minutes or so.
Sounds good. Maybe we can get Nasser on here to call Testify. All right.
All right. And now we're actually going to
the reason that
we're gonna change direction just a little bit and move into something some of you may find boring because it involves numbers. I'm gonna do like not quite an Edwin Boyette, but promise it won't last more than 5 minutes. Okay.
All right.
And so I do think the reason this is going to sustain and continue to grow is because there's tiers, there's entry level, there's middle, and then there's like people up here. And so those people that are entry level will eventually become the middle tier, and they'll eventually become the top tier. And then it just keeps feeding on itself. So it's, as long as we don't get crazy and territorial and do something drastic. I mean, within Comicsgate itself, the outside world, whatever, what I mean?
We don't have anything to do with that.
We're already used to those people hating us, but there's multiple reasons.
They talked about this a little bit, and this was, I don't know, like the most concise portion of it is Art to Bear is talking about tiers in Comicsgate. There are different tiers of creators. Art to Bear has been making comic books for over 30 years. He's an industry professional, and he's still like bottom middle tier of Comicsgate. How long is it supposed to take somebody of that caliber and talent to get up to the top? He can't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, CG doesn't sell things off merit. It's sold off personality.
Right. And unfortunately, I have a graph here. Let me see, application window. So this is what Comicsgate revenues look like in groups of 10. So this big, huge bar right here is the top 10 of Comicsgate. And these are all the other tiers as we go down. That's a lot. That's huge. That first tier, the big blue line, half of that is Ethan. Half is swallowed up by Ethan Van Sciver. It consists of, I want to say 5 creators. Ethan.
Yeah, and one of them's Cecil.
Right.
Oof.
Yeah. That's Ethan, Cecil, John Malin, and oh God, what's his name? Blade Devil, Raging Golden Eagle, I think is his name, right? And that's not a whole lot of sharing. I'll go ahead and I'll share this tab. Ethan was looking at this. Mr. Dongs had posted this website on Kiwi Farms, and Ethan was talking about it on one of his streams that I didn't watch because, frankly, no matter what, Ethan and I are going to have completely separate takes on what these numbers mean. He's going to look at this big, almost $6 million. Like, this is what Comicsgate has done, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at this, you've got, like I said, you've got Ethan in the top 3 spots. And then you have Richard Meyer, John Malin, Cecil, Blade Devil, which I say only made the kind of money it did because it had a tentacle porn cover. And let's be real. Then you've got more Cyberfrog, more Richard. So, the first 10 made good money. And then the next 10, you only had 1, 2 that cracked so far have cracked $100,000. And that was Tug and Richard Meyer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then good on Sweetcast right here at number 13. But as we go on down the list, we don't even get to Art T. Bear until number 30. And that was a reprint of his previous crowdfund, and it raised a little less than $38,000. So it's only the top 12 books that gross over 100K. And then you get down to the very bottom down here, and the top and the bottom, I don't know, 100 almost 100 books barely crack 20K. And then there's one poor guy down at the bottom that, I think only made like $104. you know. So the whole idea of there being these tiers that people move up, most of
Mhm.
those people aren't going to make a second book because they've been discouraged. They made $5,000. You know, they were told when if they had a CG book, it was going to make 15, 20. If Ethan puts you on the stream, you get a good 25 to 30K. Only
Yeah.
he's not putting anybody on the stream and on his streams anymore, except for people like Shane Davis and all those people who are already in the top tier. How do you get to the top tier if you get very little attention from Ethan Van Sciver and Comicsgate? I don't know. I'm just not really sure. So that's the end
Nobody
of
knows.
nobody knows. That's the
Not
end of
even
my
Artie
lemon
Bear.
time.
He doesn't even know.
He doesn't
He's
even know. I
he's
think he's
been
doing a
trying.
show. He's doing that show with Adam Post, right?
Yeah.
Of the
I'll give you a tip. Don't do that show.
Don't do that show, man. You know, I think maybe Adam Post needs to go back to doing porn comics, and then he can make some real money.
The fact that you can make money doing that is
Doing
like
porn comics?
who's paying for porn comics? Who's doing that?
I mean, I'm not, but I'm sure somebody does.
Well, obviously. I'm sure Adam Post would know.
I'm sure Adam Post knows.
Adam Post, if you ever watch this, how did you make money off of this and who's buying it?
And why aren't you still doing it? Because you think that garner more cash. I don't know. All right, so I guess we move on into number 4. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. When it comes to the way you treat people on the internet, it's one thing if you want to kind of bust on someone and ruin their day, that's one thing. But if you're doing something that can actually hurt their ability to make a living, you've gone too far. And if you're doing something, say, would this make me murderously angry if somebody did this to me?
Yeah.
In other words, calling up somebody's ex-wife and getting them to do a comic book with you just to annoy someone else.
Who did this? Who did this?
I don't want to even say. Somebody is working with somebody else's ex-wife in a way to aggravate. And I don't. Again, the person who was formerly married, I don't like this dude. Okay, I'm like, this would be, this is something that would be advantageous to me in some way to make this guy miserable. If somebody did this to me, I would want to kill them. I mean, literally, it wouldn't be a joke. I would want to find them and kill them. So if like think about like what would happen if somebody did this to me? If somebody struck my channel, if somebody was invading my family, how would I react to that? And that should be the line. I think that should be the line right there, where like you go, what would I do? Would I be like, oh, this sucks and be sad and maybe go cry? That's okay. But if you would actually take up arms against someone or, want to see them dead, don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's stuff. I don't like that. I don't like the striking thing. I don't like utilizing stuff in a way that's wrong. Just don't let people say stuff. It's a lesson I learned early on in my YouTube career. You just let people talk because they're going to talk either way. And you can make yourself look really terrible because someone made fun of you. Alan.
I love how broad that statement is, though, from Nick at the end. I don't like people utilizing things in a way that's wrong. I'm like, yeah, I don't think anybody would agree with that. But what do you mean?
And Ethan won't say, but we will. It's Dark Gift and Preston's ex. I want to say at the gate is I wasn't planning on talking about this too much, but it's sort of become, I guess, a bigger deal than I thought it might.
Yeah.
And not just, I mean, because like so many people are talking about it. I mean, it sort of follows you around a bit, you know. You go on streams and people mention it just out of nowhere. It's like offhand comments about it. You know,
Well, I mean, it's a big topic right now.
yeah. So
And I mean, just because there's like past history with Preston doesn't mean that we can't talk about things.
right, or that we're doing it to shit on Preston
Yeah.
necessarily. I mean, I'm sure Dean wouldn't mind shitting on Preston.
I mean, I just don't care about him personally. I'm just tired of Preston.
And unfortunately, he is in the middle of some huge Comicsgate drama right now. And we do
Yeah.
talk about Comicsgate and what would be the drama without the biggest stuff out there. So,
Yeah.
all right, we'll go ahead and we'll hit the next one.
Alrighty.
Okay, I think.
It's about your ex-wife. I found it distasteful personally about how some of these fruitcakes brought in your ex-wife to try to. I don't know what the hell's going on. What's happening with that?
I don't know what I
No,
talked about
no.
it
How do you
on-
feel about that? Like her coming into Comicsgate? Because I think it's hilarious.
I mean, I don't know how to think about that. I'm not sure what to say about a situation where I don't really know a ton about. You know, Dark Gift is working with the ex under the idea of screw Preston, we're going to give his ex-wife money, and I'm confused as to how that's even a screw Preston. If anything, I would say that's cool, right?
I'm just saying, it's just like I don't understand why she come in here in your thing. This is your thing, right? You're supposed to be Lex Luthor here.
It is my thing. I don't want to. A boundary I have drawn, and it's tough because this is my area of the sandbox in terms of the world. She's supposed to be off in some other area. Yeah, the word. So, like typically, I don't mind talking smack about other people in comic books because I don't mind the competition.
Right.
But I don't want to talk smack about the woman I loved for 10 years. I don't want to sit here and second guess her motivations. But it is what it is. Yes, she seems to be coming into comic books.
Do you think people are trying to use your? I mean, you obviously still care about her, and
yeah.
You know what I mean. You do, right? Am I wrong? I feel that from you.
Of course, yeah. No,
I'm a very empathetic person. You know what I mean?
Right.
This guy Ferrero plus.
Yeah, and that's
Holy shit!
Oh, what is
very empathetic?
I'm leaving. This is fucking boring. Hail, brothers.
Hail, Gat. The question I got for you though is that do you feel like people are trying to use her against you?
Well, I mean, I don't know if they're doing it against me as much as for them. Look, Dark Gift has said, "Hey, wouldn't it be cool if we did a Preston Spike campaign that made me and his ex-wife a bunch of money?" I mean, he said that. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. This was Preston was on the show for about an hour or so. And right off the bat, Pan makes a pegging joke, of course. They spent probably about 15 minutes shitting on White Lily, Ro and Gat and Pan. And then eventually they bring on Man of Sex. And then the talk all turns to Preston's ex-wife.
Yeah, and like I just want to say that while they're talking shit about Preston's comic, Preston just sits there and watches, as per usual with Preston.
Yeah, it was actually kind of uncomfortable to watch. Not because Preston was talking, not because of the ex-wife talk, but just the whole thing in general. Ro and them have this really passive aggressive manner. They'll pretend to be really nice and, or at least Ro does. while Pan makes his comments.
Yeah. I mean, at least Pan isn't like hiding how he
At least,
feels,
at least Pan doesn't hide the fact that
I
he's a
guess.
dick.
Yeah.
And I I just find it I find their show really smarmy, and so I don't watch it. I literally just ran that so I could, I could capture it in OBS, and I wasn't even in the room. I just left. I went and ran errands and came back. 'Cause I just can't. I don't know what it is about the way they present things, how they talk about things. I think it's because I know they're fucking full of shit. And so as I watch them, all I'm really seeing is like the stuff that's moving around underneath all the niceness that Ro tries to convey, especially when he talks to people.
Yeah.
I felt the same way when I watched Doug Ernst on War Campaign. There was all this extra subtext that I guess the people in their server, in their Discord are privy to, that it feels like nobody else really is. I don't know if that makes any sense. Probably
No.
not.
No, it doesn't.
It probably doesn't. But after this stream, Dark Grift did a 50-minute rambling video explain, to get rid of any preconceived notions about why he was doing this book with Preston's ex-wife, Abby.
Yeah.
And it was a hot mess.
It has
Watching
nothing to do with Preston.
Nothing at all. Dark Grift assured us it had nothing to do with Preston.
If only his partner knew that.
Yeah. If for anybody who doesn't know, Dark Grift ended up connecting with Abby via Facebook after someone that she had helped with her sex therapy got in touch with Grift. And this is when Dark Grift, Liam, all of them were talking about how they were going to get her on their channels. Liam, man, I think he even announced it. She's going to be here. She's going to be on my
Yep.
show, and she never did.
Never.
Same with, I think Dark Gift had maybe said that she would be on his stream and didn't, but I may just be confusing that
No,
with
you're right.
with
You're
the
right. That did
DMs that he
happen.
wrote. Did it?
No, that did happen. Yeah.
Yeah, because he had read those DMs, and then from her friend / ex-client or whatever, and had talked about how she was going to be on his stream as well.
Yeah.
So
But he wasn't sure if it was the real like ex-wife or if
yeah,
it was like a gay op or
yeah, everybody was trying to find and talk to Abby. I mean, she was a hot property when those porn tapes first dropped. Thank you, Sheila. How's tricks? And I was just so strange to watch them all like these vultures, circling everywhere and trying to hunt out Abby so that they could further attempt to humiliate Preston. And Dark Gift can say all he wants that it doesn't have anything to do with that. It did then, and I'm sure on some level he's getting a little thrill out of the idea of embarrassing Preston. Especially
yeah. But
since
what he doesn't realize is that like this is just what Preston wants.
exactly.
Like it is.
Yeah.
He wants the drama. He wants to be able to use it for views, for fucking selling his comics. He literally wants it. This
Yeah, and here we are giving him the attention that he wants. But I feel like it can't really be ignored too much. Hopefully next week we won't talk about it at all. But it God, it's so strange. It really is. And it feels really strange to like give him the attention that he wants over it,
Yeah.
you know? So, I guess that's now we are prepared for our guest.
Nice. Is he
Yeah,
backstage?
he is backstage. So everybody, this is, oops, I hit the wrong button. At least I didn't close anything out that
StreamYard's
was
right,
important.
Vicky.
I know. As I boomer StreamYards. At least we weren't more
I'm
than a few minutes
unsubbing. I'm
late.
unsubbing now.
Yeah, I'm gonna unsub you too, Dean.
That's fine.
Well, hello, Knox.
Hello, Vicky, and hello, D. I'm a big fan. I'm
Hail,
excited to be
Knox.
here.
Hail, Brother
Hey.
Knox.
Excited to be here.
Do not hail on my channel, Dean. There is no hailing in the Vicky-verse. I'm
Hey, we
sorry.
all CG, baby. We all
No.
CG.
You're CG. I'm not CG.
Well,
Just
whatever you
be-
guys are, I just want to thank you for letting me perform in front of your audience.
Thanks
Since
for
we got
coming
people
on,
here
man.
today.
I thought we could also at least show some visuals, if that's cool with you.
Sure.
Awesome. So make sure there's no volume on that, Dean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me
So I'll go ahead and I don't know if you wanted to introduce the clip the
Yeah, I just wanted to explain that this is an original piece. This was written and performed by Aubie Ann, formerly Preston Poulter's ex-wife. She wrote and performed this on in a video that Darkrift put on a show done by Oz.
Right, it was Oz's stream. It was
Yeah,
right
so this is
after the premiere of his video explaining how it wasn't about Preston.
Mhm.
Right. Okay.
and
Yeah.
this is just I think it really is a symphony of beautiful words strung together that I wanted to kind of perform for you. It really is poetry. I think that what you guys do, kind of showing Weeb Wars and Comicsgate, really showing the poetry in Spurg, kind of the online Spurg community, showing kind of the poetry behind their words.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dean. I figure we can just, if you want to just like put it somewhere in the middle of the video and pause it just so we can, that's perfect.
All right, I'll press play.
Nope, don't press play. Just
Oh.
leave it right there. And we're going to let Knox go ahead and
Have you guys gotten your figured out there? Yeah, of course. There's the writer and the creator of this performance. Now, again, this was done by her. This is a verbatim, a word for word performance I'm going to give you of what I call a season of giving by Aubie Ann Militio. It's a season of giving, so don't want to throw any shade. I definitely want to set the record straight, because I think there were certain statements made on a certain, we'll just call it someone's obsession with a certain movement and a certain industry's weekly show that I disagree with actively. So, being the season of giving, I'm giving you the reason, just because it's been alluded to that certain members of a certain industry want to give me money because they hate a certain someone in my past. Not because I'm talented or doing things or absolutely capable of holding my own in the same industry. No, it's because they hate him. Not a misogynistic statement at all. Or is it? Not to throw shade. Season of giving. Like I said, I've got a lot to give. So they're not giving me money because someone wanted me to be left with nothing in the divorce and succeeded for reasons unknown to anybody. Maybe because he was the one with the money and has always been the one with the money. Maybe. Believe it or not, the reason people want to give me money to help me produce is because they believe in me. Well, one of them does, and that's enough. and that's my partner. So let's address the other point here, the elephant in the room. Why am I in comics? Clearly, it is to mess with you. Clearly, not to throw shade. Season of giving. Lot to give. So what's the reason? Why would I be in comics now? Because someone twisted my arm and said, hey, you know what you should do because it'd be a lot of fun. Twirling their mustaches in dark corners, petting cats. Think that's how it happened? The truth is you want credit. So I'll give you some credit. You're right. You're right. You're right. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't have met. So there was a certain video about a certain thing with a certain scandal that led to today. No regrets, none whatsoever. So why am I in comics? First of all, who put your team together? I guess the better question is, why are you in comics? Did you get there yourself? Because I know about 4 or 5 people that have kind of just gotten pushed to the side and ignored, disregarded, forgotten about, names taken off of books, any mention just erased from the record, like they never existed. Did you know who these people are? I do. So why are you in comics? Is it because of those people? Is it because of those books? Because of that mentorship, the tutorials, the hands-on, the building a team, that did a great fucking book, that did a number of them before you shafted everybody? Not throwing shade, no shade, just light on the subject, a little truth. Seeing as we're on the subject of truth, here's a little more for you. Why am I in comics? If it's not to just spite you, if none of it actually has to do with you, then why am I in comics? Could it be 2020? Chaos killed the dinosaur darling. Guess what a pandemic does to the TV film industry? It's not exactly raining opportunities. Comics, on the other hand, well, that's something I already know how to do, isn't it? Because we all had to teach you now. Credit, you want credit? All right, you kept it going. You know, you continued to build a team that was derived from the team that we originally put together for you. So you did okay there. You know how to put a good team together and take the credit for everything that your team does. Not to throw shade. Oh, but it's getting kind of shady in here, isn't it? Truth hurts, doesn't it? Not fun, is it? So why am I in comics? After all the years that you were trying so desperately to get me onto one of your books, if you weren't first saying that it should be buried. Working on a comic for my own IP. Most of the time you were saying it needed to be buried and never see the light of day. But occasionally you would say, you're not going to make it in television. Do comics. It's easy. You did say it was easy. Is it easy? Comics isn't easy either. That's why you have to have support. You have to have people backing you up. You have to be real with each other. If you're not, then it's just a whole bunch of a loose network of people that have nothing in common except the power grab. Is that fun? Is that what you've got going on? It's not what I've got going on. Not anywhere close. So why am I in comics? Pandemic? Something I knew how to do, and I encountered a certain someone because of a certain scandal that was, well, good job. Take all the credit for that one. So thanks. I wouldn't have known he exists if it weren't for that. Gotta say, circumstances are pretty awesome. Definitely looking forward to the book. Peter Gilmore is awesome. So is Vic King. He definitely knows how to put an awesome team together. Some of them are new to me, but I don't feel like a sidekick. I feel like a partner. That makes all the difference. So why am I in comics? Now? At all? Ever? Because somebody wanted to be my partner. Wasn't just looking for another sidekick. Someone says I'm talented. Is actually excited about working with me. Says I'm a cool chick. It's nice. Respect. Appreciation. Value. It's nice. We all like to be valued, appreciated, and respected. So maybe that's why I'm in comics. Because somebody wanted to show me the industry, knowing that they already had some skills, already knew how to break down a script that I wrote. And I know how to put a team together. And so does he. So I'm just kind of letting him do that part. He's great at it. He's awesome. So end of the day, yeah, I may have gotten nothing exactly what you wanted, as I think you told people on your social media. You got everything that you wanted, which was me getting nothing in our divorce. It's fine. I came out ahead because I have a great partner and we're going to do an amazing book. So I'm glad you signed up. Just wait. Fun's just getting started. Can't wait for your next episode of somebody's certain obsession with a certain movement in a certain industry. As he likes to say, ooh, it's getting spicy. Till then, happy holidays.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, not weird. Not, not weird at all.
all.
I just want to say, and like people might not be happy with me saying this, but what is she complaining about? Right? Like, she didn't get money, right? But like, you don't get to fuck your man in the ass and also get money in the divorce. It's one or the other. It's one or the other.
Oh God, Dean.
I think she's a woman full of emotions. Da talks. I think she's a woman full of emotions, and I think her performance. I think really kind of sums up what we're all kind of looking for in comics.
And your performance was magnificent.
Yeah, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity. You guys might have lost some views, might have lost some viewers. I know it's a very long performance.
I think you may have scared some people away, unfortunately.
No, it does happen.
It does.
But I do want to point out, she does reference the film Heathers from the 1980s with the chaos killed the dinosaurs, darling. So we might take a lesson here. Comicsgate has all been about 90s nostalgia, and maybe it's time that Preston's wife and Dark Rift help bring in the 80s nostalgia.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I'll let you guys think on that, and I really want to thank you for your time and thank you for your platform.
No.
And hopefully something comes up again that catches the eye of the North American Association of Spurgified Poetry. And I would imagine there will be plenty of things coming up in Comicsgate, I'm sure, before too long. But again, thank you guys, and I appreciate the time.
No, thanks for coming on, man. We
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Knox. Really, truly, thanks so much.
That sounded passive aggressive. Your thing.
That was
Yeah.
not.
Oh, really? Truly.
I was not being passive. I was trying. I am so overcome with emotion. I just can't describe it, really.
Yeah. So she says, right, that like she's always been like a sidekick to him, and I don't know of any sidekick that
Don't go there, dude.
Oh, like
Don't
you
do
never hear Robin. You never hear stories of Robin.
Don't do it.
To Batman.
Do it.
I'm just saying. That's all.
Yes, but to anybody, you haven't seen Heathers, have you, Dean?
No.
No. At the end, they blow up the school. Just saying.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello, Testify, SJW.
Hello.
Yeah.
How are you all doing today?
Great. You are loud and echoey.
Shit. How about now?
Better, I think. The echo's gone.
I don't know what the hell's up with my headset, but I would like just to start out this because I am now Testify SJW. I would like everybody to go unsubscribe from Lord Finacher's channel right now. He is a womanizer. He hates women. He is a lover of berserk guts that drank cum on a Oz stream the other day.
That was milk.
I was told it was male semen.
It was gross either way.
No. Why is this meth head on the screen?
That is Abby Ann.
The meth head, right?
I don't know that she's a meth head.
You can't get that skinny if you're not that.
I'm I'm that skinny and I don't do
She
meth.
has the full meth chin, the bony arms. Yeah, that's meth.
I'm that skinny and I don't do meth.
I don't think you're probably that skinny.
Well, maybe not. No.
See,
but
there's skinny and then there's meth skinny. This is meth skinny.
yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't go that far. But what was really kind of interesting was before this video was played on Oz's stream. Yeah, I'm still getting a little bit of an echo. Testify.
It's this. They did something with StreamYards.
Yeah, it's all StreamYards. It has nothing to do with you.
How about now?
I don't know.
I don't hear it.
Let me talk some more and we'll see.
Okay.
She had sent him this video and he was going to put it up on his channel.
Uh-huh.
And I guess the reception from the video caused him to change his mind.
Why?
I probably because
The fact that he showed it anywhere, I'm like, Jesus.
yeah,
man.
she comes off pretty
Fucking crazy.
yeah, I just didn't want to say that. Yeah, she comes off as very bitter ex-wife.
Yeah, well,
and,
the show
and like
that
you
she
know,
did with Dark Grift.
pardon?
Did you see the show she did with Dark Grift?
The first one?
I only
When
saw
they-
one. I didn't know
the-
she was on another one.
Yeah, when they announced the project, yeah, that was really weird. That was really weird.
Not on. Testify SJW is on, Thomas. Big difference.
But yeah,
This
it
is
was
what happens when Testify becomes anti-CG.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gonna burn everything down.
he becomes SJW, which is kind of weird.
I figure I just run with it now.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
But
no,
you guys all know about that 50-minute Dark Grift stream. You know how that happened, right?
Probably because he got goaded into it on Twitter by you.
Yeah, I go, you're about to get served by Preston Poulter as a joke, and he took it seriously.
Yeah,
And it resulted in that 50-minute thing.
it was very, very weird video. But we went from him assuring us that it had nothing to do with Preston in spite to her talking about how she didn't get any money in the divorce, so now she's doing comics.
Like I
'Cause he
said,
does comics.
you either get to, do that thing, or you get money in the divorce.
Preston could take 10 inches like a champ.
All right, that's
What?
enough. That's enough of that.
I'm an SJW. I'm a feminist now.
You're allowed to speak like that just because you're an SJW feminist? Nah.
I think his point is that Preston is brave for, because
There was nothing brave about that.
I'm trying to help your case, man. I'm trying to help your case.
Cherry, I hate you, by the way, still. You've hurt my feelings for weeks.
It was just
Jim Turner, meth chicks aren't hot because they actually might have something.
yeah, meth chick's definitely not hot.
Yeah, I've never met a chick on drugs they're not my thing.
No, we have there are that many viewers because it's just the puerile nature of what we were discussing. Because everybody wants to talk about how Preston's ex is doing a comic with Dark Gift.
You were on to something when you were talking about when he showed up on the D Live show, the war campaign thing. The only thing is you missed the point. They didn't bring him on to be nice to him.
Oh,
It's
no,
the same thing they did
no.
with Critias that last time he went on there. They buttered him up, made him feel like, oh yeah, we're gonna be your friend, we're gonna show you, and then they just shit on you for an hour, and you sit there and you take it like an idiot.
And then it
like
continues.
Preston's used to.
Well,
Yeah.
it continues on Twitter after that because then they take their little clips, which mostly have nothing to do with what they're actually saying in the tweet, and try to humiliate you even further. I don't know why
But
anybody.
it's the thing is, if you actually go and look at it, it's the same 5 to maybe 9 people that are left in war campaign liking and retweeting themselves.
Yeah.
I have learned this new technology on Twitter. It's called the mute function. I don't see anything from them anymore.
Which is nice, isn't it?
my life got so much quieter.
I never saw anything from them to begin with, so.
I can only be called a pedo so many times.
Oh yeah, I saw when Word Nerd was talking that shit.
I hear there's a demand for word nerd parroting juice, though.
There's a what?
There's a very high demand for RyanWordNerdPalmer.com parenting juice.
Huh.
Cherry showed it.
Yeah, Dean missed that stream.
Oh, you missed?
I'm
I
sad I
told him
missed
to go
it.
back and watch it, but that was freaking funny.
You missed the 7 burner phones of sketch therapy. The old bay crack. There was many props that were funny, actually.
The wheelchair repair kit.
Yeah, wheelchair repair kit.
Yeah.
He had to bring Rockney's ashes back into it.
Yeah, that was a great show. So if anybody missed it, head on back over to K-Log's channel and watch it. Since Liam did not list
I'm still waiting to hear. I sent an email to that address you gave me. I haven't heard anything back. I don't know what the hell's up with it. It just says pending. It's still like it's under the 10-day pending thing.
Yeah, which is very weird because he lifted the strike.
No, he didn't.
I know he didn't. I know
Yeah,
he didn't.
He's a liar. And Nasser Abadi was in the chat just a little bit ago. Guess what, Nasser? You're a retard and a moron, and I still haven't refunded you.
Hey, don't use language like that, dude. You're an SJW.
Oh yeah, I'm an SJ. I'm sorry. You are a tard,
toxic male.
toxic male, man, baby, bottom dwelling basement poser. That's all I got. I don't know. I don't talk
Oh
like
no,
that.
I'll say it. I think he's retarded, but
You don't get
he is.
the R word.
160 proof word nerd parenting juice. Good lord.
But yeah, so it has been a crazy kind of week in Comicsgate. I just I'm almost speechless from it all.
I was just given some great stuff from the word nerd that I think you might want to show.
All right.
Yeah, hold on a second. This is one. Let me pull this up. Word nerd.
think I'm
Okay, go ahead and
scared.
share it. This is a tweet. Apparently, Liam and Ryan are in a bit of a pickle.
Aww.
Yeah.
Let's see, still blocked, Liam. Why don't you go play in traffic? Xenotype preview pages were bland and uninteresting in dialogue. Vanilla from an orange. Odie was okay for what he had for a script. I'd rather read One Punch Man or DBZ, thanks a lot, than
I
I'm
have no
half
clue.
blind.
Well, here, the thing is this. The best part, there was some follow-up tweets after, and the great Was campaign had to go and try to settle word nerd down and get him off his bender.
Well, no, because Liam was on stream this morning. God, he did like a 5.
Yeah.
He did another one of these 5.5
I thought he was not. He was done until 2021.
No, he streamed this morning showing
Oh.
off his video game,
Yeah.
which is just a 2D scroller. Like, don't get me wrong, that's cool. Like,
You mean it's a retro Nintendo game?
yeah.
It's
And he thinks
2020.
It's gonna sell. Yeah, no, he thinks it's gonna sell him more comics. And I'm
but
like,
he was,
no, that's just.
yeah, Liam was all up in defending War Campaign. War Campaign were the only people that stood by him, and then,
God,
and and they supported him, and
They were roasting him. They
were
were roasting
the
him.
whole time, and now with this new stuff, only Row and War Campaign are supporting him again, and I'm like, dude, you fucking dumbass. They're not
Yeah.
supporting you. They are they're doing everything they
Zoom
can
in a
so
little
they
bit.
can mock you.
Yeah, this is the super ant of the War campaign, or the Was campaign, whatever it is, the Clear Blue Easy Plus test campaign, whatever it is now. Trying to tell him to get off the internet because he's fucking insane.
Word nerd?
This super ant. He's a War campaign member, and then he totally ignores it. Preview pages were silly. I'm not kidding, man. You need to step off for a bit because he's so fucking drunk and loaded. Yeah, see, a lot of irons and fire hail. Just insanity.
Excretable doesn't pay attention to anybody.
Yeah.
Hence why he's excretable.
Yeah, he's a different breed. He's a toxic male fanboy.
Yeah.
No, Wardner's he's a great individual. Definitely not weird. Definitely probably not kill his father. No, I'm joking.
I wasn't gonna bring that up, but you know, it's kind of weird.
No, I'm just joking. I don't think he did.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is-
maybe.
No,
I
his
mean,
dad killed himself. That's what happened.
No, his
Ah.
dad. No, his dad was beaten up apparently.
Yeah,
That
I-
guys, I'm telling you, that's not what happened.
he's not
It's not
Jeffrey Epstein.
His dad killed himself.
Ugh.
That whole thing was a lie.
Jesus.
We were there for it. I know all about it.
I saw him. He streamed the day he found out his dad was dead.
Yeah.
Which was creepy as fuck.
They tried under whatever I forgot something investigation, and it ended up he shot himself in the fucking head.
Oh, okay. So it was but he'd been dead for a few days before they found him, right?
Yeah, he was in the
Yeah.
forest or something.
Yeah, and then he streamed with Sheila Allen on the day he found out. After he found out, even.
Yeah, he was really depressed.
Yeah.
What is with all these people in Comicsgate having these suicide things?
I don't know. I think it's because so many comic people are just fucked up.
Well, there's some weird ones. I know that. There's some really, there's some people that do have their head on straight, but a lot of them are really quirky.
I know. Look at all of us.
What are you talking about? I'm an SJW now.
Which is all
I have my head on straight. I'm with her.
Yeah, head on straight and up your own ass because you're an SJW.
Yep.
That's
Hillary
right.
will be president this year. It's going to be awesome.
And Epstein did kill himself.
No. I'm sorry. Yes, he did. Yes. Yeah, Hillary definitely had nothing to do with it.
Not at all.
Nothing.
Okay. So we have some more guests.
Yeah, you should.
Hello, Thomas.
Oh, I am here. Oh, look,
Hello,
my brother's
Patrick.
also here.
Everybody, the gang. I don't think.
Oh, I can't be here with these people. They're
Okay, bye.
SJWs.
Bye. What?
Yo, what's up, guys?
Somebody just left.
Yeah.
The screen just got more. There's more space on the screen. It's lots of room to breathe. Oh.
So, how do you guys feel about
I feel like
anything that we
talking
talk
and
about?
I've already forgotten it. It's already left my mind.
What happened? I actually only just woke up like an hour ago at the crack of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Already 10.
To me, that stuff is like just more drama llama-ing.
Yeah.
Well,
Save
it's all drama.
for your
I mean,
mom.
Yeah, it's
isn't the
stagey
whole-
dumping grounds. We watch the garbage so
Yeah,
we
it's-
don't have to.
Yeah, and that's good. That's because there's so much of it, and it's like nobody posts about it. Like we don't even really post about it. And it's like somebody should, do videos where they
It's
go
hard
through
to
all the
cover.
goofy shit.
It really is hard to cover all of it. Even back when I was interested, it was like every other hour would be some new disaster.
Yeah. In fact, just on Twitter, what was the guy's name? Oh yeah, it was like Hikaru or something. Just a few minutes ago, he's having a giant meltdown at me because of the gas chamber.
I have a screenshot someone sent to me where
boy.
Hikaru said that he reported your channel.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. A lot of people. I remember Tank reported our channel probably fucking in like 2015 or something.
A lot of people do.
Just like today or yesterday.
Yeah,
'cause we
like
made a
it was
video.
recent. Like he reported.
Oh, you reported the new one?
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, the new one.
Patreon
basically
video.
like a burner anyways.
Oh, they what are they? Subscribe to our Patreon or something? Just to hate follow us?
Someone
Apparently.
probably does just to share it.
Well, obviously.
Obviously.
It wasn't for me. I couldn't. Dean and I didn't even watch it. I think I watched like the very intro.
Oh yeah,
great video.
The
Actually, I
few
need to
intro clips, which
resubscribe.
you could even show that because I don't care.
You want to know what the
it's
best
on
part is
it's
about
on our
the video?
BitChute too.
The best part is that it doesn't break any terms of service whatsoever. And all the things they're complaining about, they're all lying.
Well, it also goes to show, like, it's funny. Hikaru's like, "Oh, you guys are war campaign," but he's flagging our channel. So it's like, you know,
Also,
it's weird how it's not just like you were saying that the amount of like depression and suicide in comic book fans is like, yeah, but also the amount of the lack of self-awareness in comic book fans is even more than the amount of like suicidal depression in them, because they really have their left hand doesn't know what their right hand's doing and any of that goofy ass shit.
Yeah, it's kind of weird though, because Hikaru was the dude that Googled for a dick pic in reply to Pan, and now he's just like,
saved. He had it saved on his computer.
oh my god.
He just
oh my
happened to have
God."
dick pics on his computer. He didn't have to Google them at all. But yeah, that's the thing, is that as far as I'm concerned, him and any of these other people, like even people who are former or anti or fucking OG or whatever, to me, all of them are still Comicsgate. I don't differentiate. They're all Comicsgate. They always have. If they ever supported Comicsgate, then they always will be, as far as I'm concerned.
really is.
And I don't care
It
about
boils
what any of
down
them have to
everything
say.
you need to know about a lot of these people. They're all like Comicsgate and anti-Comicsgate and water closet campaign. It makes more sense when you just realize they're all Comicsgate. They're all part of the exact same grift.
And really, they're not just Comicsgate either. They're comic book nerds, because all comic book nerds are pretty much the same thing.
Well, I think that the tribalism is sort of a natural thing. You become friends with people, and it's this horrible consequence of DM groups and Discords and Discord DMs, and where everybody becomes so internet friendly.
Yeah, it's all
right?
about our side
Because
versus their side.
Yeah, and it's these people that you've decided that you like because of whatever it is that you're seeing, just through the internet, and a lot of that is not real.
Yeah, you start
so-
off that way, where you like each other, and then the more time you spend with each other, you realize, wait a second, this guy's a total asshole. Why do I like this guy? And
That's what a normal person thinks, right?
Right.
The problem is a lot of these people, the moment that you criticize their side, it's just fucking the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, just like any goofy ass, completely offhanded joke or TV show reference sometimes. A reference to not even a good TV show.
I mean, it's also a reference to LA Noir.
Yeah, that's right. Remember the wonderful LA Noir for that video game? That was a good game. And in the video game, the main character tells a guy who's apparently caught a murder. He tells him, "You're going to the gas chamber."
Not just a murderer, a Jewish person.
He was Jewish.
Yeah, but it's strange that what would normally become a disagreement where people just stop talking to each other becomes this huge blow up because people just can't stop talking to each other on social media.
Well, I mean, it's not a surprise for us.
Yeah,
We've encountered this a lot of times before, where these people get so angry because they can't refute anything we tell them or say in general. They get irrationally angry,
and then they become obsessed with it. And the thing is that usually we've moved on, like we forgot about that. That's happened so many times. Like people I've forgotten about will come back a year or two later, still angry about that thing that I joked about, and I'm like, "What was that? What happened?" It's like, "Oh yeah,
who were you?"
It was like 5 or more years later in some cases.
Yeah, I even asked you what they were referencing, because I didn't remember it, and I couldn't remember or figure out if I just like zoned out for a minute, stopped paying attention, just didn't remember something that you had said, and because I was told that I was there when you made the comment. And
You were there and you don't remember.
and so I'm like, I was racking my brain trying, because it wasn't that long.
I forgot it too. Do you know what the
And
fun
you didn't
thing
even
is? I'm the
remember
one
that
who
you
said
had
it, and I
said
forgot it.
And I mean, I didn't remember because I had already left the stream.
Yeah,
And
it was on that stream
so-
where you were on my show and you left early, and I just kept going for like another hour, all drunk and shit.
Yeah, we were all drunk, and Dean and I were both there. We both bailed.
Yeah.
And then you were all drunk. I'm like, did you say this? He's like, I don't know, but I probably did. I'm like, okay, so I had to go find it.
Yeah, I was hoping
then-
it's like if someone's going to accuse me of something, first thing to do, please show me the clip of me saying it.
Yeah.
And then usually
There's
it's going to
not
be
any
like me
possibility.
doing some dumb joke. And it's like, you took that seriously? Maybe you should be in the gas chamber for taking it seriously.
It was just this total kind of weirdness because it all just like I felt like it was taken out of context, because if you heard the whole context of the sentence and what you were saying and what you were talking about, it was obvious that you weren't actually wishing harm on
Putting comic book. Well, first of all, what gas chamber do I even have? But how am I going to put all of the comic book fans into the gas chamber?
Yeah,
They
so
won't
it was,
fit into that gas.
but
Not all
it is
of them.
definitely still causing ripples in DMs.
But the funny thing is, all the people who've been around SWC and have read it, since the original blog days, all of them know. All of them have been laughing at Comicsgate and former Comicsgate right in front of your faces, in front of or behind your backs for the past several days over this, because all of us just goof around and fucking actually understand what joke is. Comic book fans don't understand what jokes are. That's why they're not funny as people, and by nature. And
Yeah,
there's
that's why
nothing I
they're
can do about
genetically
that.
inferior, and they should
Genetically
be
inferior
in the chamber. Yeah,
I'm not saying that they should be exterminated or because they're genetically inferior. I'm just saying that they're genetically
I'd say-
inferior, and because of other reasons.
Some of
they
that
should be
stuff is really
exterminated.
unfair. We're just judging them based on their actions and behavior and things
Objective
like that.
merits.
You know what we
We're
should
judging
do
them objectively.
instead of judging them based on those subjective, objective things.
Yeah,
we should be using science to measure their skulls.
Science.
measure their skull
If we did something called phrenology and measured the parts of their skulls. But yeah, Midnight Cherry had a good point there. Actually, made a Nurkish level joke about a guy who threatened to dox him. That's the thing. Also, Hikaru basically tonight is sticking up for a guy who threatened to dox us. So that's what Hikaru's doing.
and he's also false flagging us too. He's okay with false flagging. He just said that he's doing it.
And then he says that we're war campaign. It's like, you might want to fucking grow some self-awareness or something. But then
I
again,
wanna
if he
backpedal
did,
on that
he
one
wouldn't
pretty
be a
furiously.
comic book fan. He wouldn't be the kind of person who ever supported Comicsgate, basically. If you ever supported Comicsgate, you have a clinical lack of self-awareness. You have no sense of humor.
Hey,
you're not funny or interesting.
hey.
we all
Well, except for Vicky.
We beat Comicsgate.
All right, thank you. I escaped unscathed.
I mean, there's a
Yay.
couple people who, who donated money. But the thing is, I mean, you can kind of tell, like Vicky, when it comes to you, I don't see you as the person who was jumping in all the time and all the Comicsgate arguments and fights and shit and making it. You didn't make a YouTube channel until after Comicsgate was like an embarrassment and shit. The people I really consider to be Comicsgate are the people who made YouTube channels to be like, I want to get that ad revenue where I get to say that SJW comics are ruining comics. And it's like,
SJW comics are ruining comics. Hashtag we all Comicsgate. Hashtag
poor black
Hashtag hail water.
Shit, I don't even
closet.
think I'm ever gonna get past 400 subscribers. Forget about monetizing my channel.
You're
you know.
probably not. You don't really want.
And-
You don't want more than 400 subscribers.
Yeah, I'm not worried about
Perfect number, 400.
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Well, the perfect subscriber count, 1,400 and
88.
change. 1,400 and change.
Yeah, just like a little bit extra. A little less than 1,500.
Yeah, so I just want
Just
to point
short of
out to Vic
1,500.
King. I just want to point out to Vic King because he says you are all Comicsgate. I don't. I
don't know who
literally
Vic, I don't know.
can't be- I
I've never
don't
heard of
read
Vic King.
comics.
Vic King is a non-entity as far as I'm concerned.
It never happened.
I literally don't read comics.
Yeah, DA. That's the thing is, yeah,
Sounds
I
like
can't
they
even-
don't know anything either.
I can't even exclude DA from not being Comicsgate because you talked all the time about how you don't even buy the only comics you ever bought Tim and Mark's, and it's like you might as well be part of the alt-right Nazi comic. That's the new movement apparently, is alt-right Nazi comics, according to people like Liam Gray and Hikaru and Mecha McCheese. Strange how they all agree with each other about that, by the way.
But also, it's supposed to be Comicsgate's supposed to be conservative, friendly, fucking hug box for fucking making comics. But the alt-right, which isn't a real thing, by the way, is apparently not allowed.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. Also, me and my brother invented Comicsgate in 2015, and we actually proved it. We showed the physical evidence to like John Delarose and Tim and Mark and Doug Tenay.
Which say a lot of the people we've shown this to, not Tim and Mark or Doug Tenaple, but a lot of the other people want to forget that we ever showed it to them.
Yeah, they don't remember. So I think a lot of people probably won't remember. But I had the original link, and the archive link for that still proves it is somewhere around on our Discord, and I don't know where it is. I would have to go fucking dig it up. And the thing is that I already know it's true, so who do I need to prove it to? Myself? No.
Maybe we should do a fucking...
And I don't care about proving it to other people.
We should prove it with a fucking documentary for $200.
Yeah, that's right. See, that's the thing. That was another guy who was Comicsgate, being like, "Oh, you should do this and do this," and it's like, "Yeah, go, thanks. How about you go do it?"
No, thanks.
We're actually making comics.
Adam Unfriendly was talking about doing a Comicsgate documentary, but it was going to be the Hugbox Con that they were planning, that they were going to do this year. That's now going to maybe be next year.
That would be. I can't even make a comic. How are they going to do a con?
He was going to do a documentary. He was going to do a documentary about the con, and I was just like, "Oh God!" But it might.
I would love to see that. I hope that they make that.
And I'm just like that. That's just, yeah. That would be kind of. I wouldn't want to go, but I might watch.
Well, it's like DashCon. It's like
exactly.
The pictures of a lonely ball pit are the most. Are basically the legacy of DashCon and basically of Tumblr. It's like that's the best they could achieve ultimately. I do think that somebody could and should make either like a documentary or like
Comicsgate will probably make DashCon look like a success.
Yeah, that's true too. But the like if somebody did like a porcelain level or beige frequency kind of video where they just lay out the events of throughout Comicsgate. The thing is that most of the events are completely obfuscated by 1,000 layers of false narratives and weird like convicted criminals and pathological liars and shit who are seen as the good guys in the movement. So when it comes to actually getting through that, you would have to actually find the right people to talk to, and pretty much all the people who want to talk the most about Comicsgate are the people who lie the most also. And not in my opinion, people who've been caught lying over and over again. And like you see how many people are just doing false flagging and all that. So
yeah, it's like last week when I talked about the word lore, which everybody uses.
Oh yeah, the gayest word.
My least favorite.
The lore of this, the lore of that. Tug uses it all the time. My lore is whatever, but lore is not real. Lore literally just means myths.
Yeah.
It's shit that had some sort of possible basis in reality, maybe kind of sort of, but has been so totally blown out of proportion and into these basic lies, and that's all it is. And so whenever I hear someone use that word, and that's all Comicsgate is Comicsgate has just become lore. It's so hard to get below the surface of what actually happens, and especially as you get further and further away from it, the live streams that disappear, the tweets that everybody deletes. I mean, it's so hard to dig into all of that and find and be able to, you can know the truth now, but to be able to find the truth of Comicsgate is so hard.
And a lot of people who know the truth and who have seen it in person, they like if they come out, then they're, you know, they even if they talk, even if they don't make themselves publicly known, the knowledge that they know identifies them by nature. So
yeah,
you know, it's kind of self-incriminating in a way that they don't like. A lot of them that I've known, like Nurkish doesn't like to talk about this stuff because, you know, if he does, even anonymously, then people will be like, oh, he fucking you know, Nurkish is saying this, and it's like, let's go after him. And that's what Ethan did. Ethan had Nurkish his social media accounts attacked for fucking like a year straight and all that stuff. And Ethan Van Sciver paid people to attack Nurkish and sort of hung like his docs over his head to be like, see what I can do to you. And thing is, Nurkish, Nurkish didn't even have to come out and admit that. People just knew it in general, but people supported it. In Comicsgate, people took Ethan Van Sciver's side because he was popular, and a comic book nerd worships status above everything else.
Okay.
So
Well,
they're never going to take Nurkish's side because he doesn't have more subscribers.
well, we are nearing the end of our allotted time. We cut ourselves short because, damn it, we're not doing fucking 3, 5, 6 hour live streams on either of our channels. Right, Dean?
We're not.
Yep.
Yep. You want to cue up the last bit that we've got?
Yeah, I
Instead
do.
of showing me your Discord. And we are actually going to go out on a video tonight. And we want to thank Testify for coming by. Thomas, Patrick.
Yay.
Thank you so much. And of course, our performance artist, Knox, who we once again thank you very much for coming by and regaling us with the 80s movie referencing. Yes, she's a writer.
Well, Heather's, my favorite part of Heather's is when I think it's Christian Slater. He's at the lunchroom. He just stands up. There's a bunch of jocks standing around him. So he just stands up, pulls out the biggest fucking revolver ever, points it at their faces, and pulls the trigger.
My favorite part is when they're at the funeral for the jock, and the dad standing up there, and the tears are streaming down his face because they just set it up as a suicide to make, and he killed himself. And I love my dead gay son.
I forgot that's from that movie. Yeah, that's from Heather's. It's probably one of the most famous lines. It's the most famous line, actually. I think. I went and chose a more deep cut.
Yeah,
I
saw it in the theater of all things. So everybody have a great night. And Dean, you gonna say anything? Or you're just gonna be all quiet?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
God, you sound just like Nasser. All right.
Oh shit! Shit! Oh no! Why are you saying that? Why are you doing that? Don't do that.
Have a good night, everybody. You gotta hit play.
Talks. Says, hey Nick, because EVS made Liam cry, I owe EVS an apology. Be sure he knows I said sorry for the mean words, new Comicsgate friendo. # we're all Comicsgate.
Wow. You know what I said to DA Talks? I said, you apologize to me, young man. And I can't believe it. I got an apology. Thank you, DA Talks. I accept it.
You made Liam cry?
Maybe I did. What did I do? I can't remember. Oh,
I don't know.
Here's the thing. I mean, there's a rule that I have, and I can coexist with everybody within Comicsgate, but and even people who go through time to busting my balls, they're allowed to exist. I'm not going to do anything to them.
Right.
But there's a cardinal rule, and that is you do not strike someone's YouTube channel.
Yeah.